What's up, Planeswalkers? It's your boy K-Dog. Got another fun video for you guys today in Best of 3 Arena Standard. Today we're looking at a Dimir list based around Devourer of Memory, which is a 2/1 for blue and black. And whenever one or more cards are put into your graveyard from your library, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn, and it can't be blocked. And you can activate to put the top card of your library into your graveyard. So we're basically just trying to look for ways to fill up our graveyard from our library and make this thing super buff and unblockable, and just keep chipping away for damage and close out the game that way. Some other ways for us to do that are Atris and Doom Whisper. Doom Whisper has a 6/6 flying trample, is a pretty powerful threat on its own, and the ability to surveil and fill up our graveyard just for paying life, which would then trigger our Devourer, is pretty useful. The Atris also gives us a card, and then the other cards go into our graveyard as the opponent looks at the top 3 and puts those 3 cards into 2 separate piles. And we choose one, and the other pile goes into our graveyard. Eat to Extinction as removal that can also trigger the Devourer, as we can look at the top card of our library, and we have the option to put it into our graveyard as well. Jace also mills us while drawing his cards at the same time. So it could be an alternate win condition if the game ends up going super long and we've milled ourselves too much. The Thief of Sanity just kind of gives our opponent another threat that they have to answer, and if they do not, it can give us quite a bit of card advantage over the course of the game. A couple Murderous Riders for removal. Funeral Rites for card draw, and also another way to fill up our graveyard. The Brazen Borrowers as pseudo removal and 3/1 flying threats. Thought Erasure because we are a dirty Dimir deck. Discovery Dispersal for the Surveil card draw mostly, as the Surveil is another way to trigger the Devourer. And of course the Mire Triton accomplishes the same thing, but it's a 2/1 Death Toucher that also gains its life when it enters. And the other bit of removal we have is to enter the God Eternals, which we can target ourselves to mill the top 4 cards of our library, which would trigger the Devourer as well. Gives us a nice 4/4 creature that can block or attack depending on the board state, and of course gaining the life is always nice. We got 7 islands, 7 swamps, 4 Temple of Deceit, 4 Watery Grave, and then 2 Fabled Passage just for a little extra fixing. And in our sideboard we have 2 Aether Gust, 3 Negates, 3 Agonizing Remorse, 2 Noxious Grasp, 2 Spyglass, and 3 Ritual of Soot. So obviously against creature heavy decks we want the Ritual of Soot. Any kind of mid-range control list, we've got some counter spells and some decent removal options, some efficient removal options. And that's it. We're gonna go ahead and jump into some best of 3 action today. There we go. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Alright. Dimir, best of 3. Arena Standard. First opponent is Machine. Alright, let's see what you got. We're on the play. Alright, hand seems decent. Got a 2-drop into a 3-drop. Okay. It's always interesting people main deck cards like that. So our opponent has Hexproof. We'll see how relevant that is. Okay, still no plays from our opponent. Okay, we got our Thief down. Maybe some kind of a control build. Maybe they got Shatter the Sky. It's going to clear our board in a couple turns. but we'll see. Nope, just a Heliod. Alright, I think we're definitely interested in Thought Erasure. But we can't do that because of the ley line. Thief does not target, so that's fine with me. And do we want to Teo? No, I don't think that's really doing a whole lot for us. We just hold up these petty thefts. We force them to play some spells. Okay, the Wander, that does not do anything to us. Bounce their Heliod. I think we bounce the ley line. Alright. Guess our opponent's seen enough. So some kind of mono-white Super Friends devotion list, looks like. Okay, our opponent just not interested in playing against Dimir. Can't say I blame him. Alright, some cool openings here. Alright, let's jump into another one, see if we can get an actual best of 3 match going on. Heliod seems pretty cool in the right build. And mono white planeswalkers. Seen that a couple times before, but obviously it's not anything too powerful or popular, but I'm sure it's fun to try different things. That's what we like to do here. I was hoping to see what else they had going on in their deck, but I guess they were not interested. Salty Slugman. Let's see what you got. Get to go first. We're missing black, so I think we're going to have to pitch this back. I think we'll have to keep this, and we'll put the Discovery to the bottom. We'll Temple. Don't think we can say no to that. And we'll just Thought Erasure and figure out what our opponent's doing, and then we can kind of go from there. So the Cauldron Familiar, they can probably just get back. And yeah, having the exile removal seems pretty good, but if they have the Witch's Oven, then maybe not, but we'll see it. Yeah, here's the Cauldron. Let's just get down our 2-1 Death Toucher and a little bit of life back. And I think we'll grab a blue source here, so we have access to the Brazen Borrower. And if we draw another land, we can Atris. Shocking in. Priest. That's pretty good. Another Cauldron. Okay. Our opponent's in a pretty good spot here. Right, grab a blue source. We can definitely petty theft this priest unless we draw lands. Well, it's a land, but not the one we're looking for. We'll pitch that. And before they can untap, let's just bounce it back to their hand. So we had to keep our 2-1 around a little bit longer. It's not a very good blocker against these 1-1s though. Might go on a little bit of a budget build with these Bloodfell Caves, but they do have the Fabled Passage, so we'll see see what they decide to do on turn 4. Priest and the Fervent Champion. Okay. Looks like they just got all the 1 and 2 drops in Rakdos colors. We're not really putting any pressure on them. I haven't seen the oven yet, so that's good. We eventually want to get up to 5 lands, so I think we'll just keep that. And I think we'll start pushing some damage across since blocking doesn't seem great. Obviously the Fervent Champion having first strike is pretty powerful. Okay, opponent just going for it. Manually tapping, even though they tapped out. Sure. 5 down to 11. Looking to get some card advantage going. Enter the God Eternals would be pretty amazing here. Our opponent trying to decide which piles. 1 blue. Yeah, I think that's a pretty easy pass. Okay, all lands. If that means there's something good underneath it. So now we have some good blocks. Shocking again to Lochthwain. Once again with the manual tap, even though they're tapping out. So next turn we could have 6 mana to Murderous Rider. And flash in a Brazen Borrower, or just play the 2/3 lifelink. I think the lifelink seems pretty good here. Go. Opponent down to 12 thanks to Shocking and Castle Lochthwain, so we'll take it. Some pretty good blocks now, but we'll see what their removal package is like. Claim the Firstborn. Okay, no oven. We'll just get rid of the Fervent Champion and take 5. And get rid of the Mayhem Devil. Nothing else to play, so we'll get our scry action. The Triton is guaranteed 2 life. So I think we'll have to keep that. Let's attack for 4. Get 2 life back thanks to the Murderous Rider, and now we still have our 3/2 blocker. And if they have removal, they're only going to get in for 2. So now they can draw another card. If they find the oven here, it's just going to be game over. Okay, our opponent says go. Alright. I think we'll just keep attacking with our Murderous Rider, trying to get some life back. And gain some life off the Triton. And pass the turn. And step will flash in our Borrower, and that'll give us a nice 3-powered attacking flyer. Okay, it's going to help him draw some cards, maybe. See if I want to try to get in here. Definitely think we need to try to deal with their creatures. They can't bring their Gutter Bones back. They do get to draw some cards. Down to 6. And of course they found another one. All these lands aren't doing me a whole lot of good. Well, at least make them think we might have something. I'm not sure they're playing around anything at this point. Rankle. Okay, so if our opponent goes all in here, just want to go to the Mayhem Devil and trade off there. Let's see what our opponent chooses. Don't think they have a way to kill us here. The Brazen Borrower should just close this out. And they're tapped out. Sack our Murderous Rider. They push 2. And the Murderous Midnight Reaper just kills them. Perfect. Alright, so I'm guessing they're maybe a little bit newer to this style of deck. Doesn't seem like they had that very well planned out. Definitely got a little close at the end, but thanks to our opponent's mistakes, we were able to pull it off. Okay, so they're definitely pretty low to the ground, so these Ritual of Soots are going to come in handy. Don't think Thought Erasure is great. If they have the Oven, then we definitely want the Spyglass. Could consider Negate as well, since they're going to have some removal. But I think the removal is just too efficient to leave Negate open all the time. So I think we'll just run it back like that. And if we can hit them with the Ritual and make them die to their own Midnight Reaper triggers again, I would not mind that at all. Double Watery Grave. Alright. I mean, pretty low curve to start with, so I think we'll keep it. And they always have the Cauldron on turn 1. Temple. Yeah, that's pretty good. Not going to say no to that. That definitely would have been pretty handy in the last game. Alright, we'll just get our Devourer down next turn. Probably follow up with the second one on turn 3 and go from there. Unknown Shores. Not a card you see very often. Alright, all these cauldrons are pinging us pretty hard and shocking in as well. Hasn't helped. So definitely not interested in shocking anymore if we don't have to. We'll just take it. Eventually we'll need to start looking at blocking these guys. Okay. 3-1 trades anyway. They're going to make it a 5-2. Just to gain 5 life, I guess. I think we're interested in leaving Petty Theft open, so we'll just get another creature down. Make them think that we're trying to keep up with them. And hopefully we can find our 4th land to get this Ritual of Soot and wipe their board. And follow it up with a Thief or Brazen Borrower. Our opponent doing some math here. Again, we'll say no blocks, see if they got any more tricks. Nope. Holding 2 cards in hand. I think we'll say go. I don't think it's worth trying to Ritual of Soot just for 2 Cauldron Familiars. Definitely want to see some more creatures out. Okay. Slow them down. Well, we have nothing to sacrifice for the knight, unless they have a land into a 1-drop. We can just play that as a 4/5 life linker though. Our opponent considering their options here. 2 cards in hand. Okay, just play that as a 4/5. I think we'll just get our Doom Whisperer down and hope they don't have removal. Next turn, looking at Mire Triton plus Thief, I think. Don't really feel great about our life total, so don't think we're interested in surveilling just yet, unless we get in top deck mode. I think we have to get rid of this Cavalier. Now that puts us in a good spot to attack. If they want to race with their Mayhem Devil, that's fine with me. So we've got 10 power on the board to their 3. Okay, just drawing a land. That's perfect. Yep, I'm going to draw some cards. Okay, 3 mana open, so definitely possible to have an option here. Priest, okay. They don't have a second creature to sacrifice, so that's fine with me. Another land. Attack all. Oh, they're in a chunk block. Okay. In that case, let's keep going. Pass turn. Definitely not blocking their Mayhem Double. An active Ebalm Legion is great. So they have plenty of activations on it. Looks like they're going to draw pre-combat. Trying to be careful what mana they still have open. Okay, down to 7. Let's draw on more lands. And they're going to keep attacking with their Mayhem Devil. Not sure that's the best move at this point. But what do I know? For now we're looking at 9 damage in the air. Or excuse me, 11 damage in the air. Yep. Opponent knows their beat. Alright guys. That's Dimir, Devourer of Memory. Hope you guys enjoyed the deck, and look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.